Are there words or phrases you know to listen for that are often used when someone's lying?
What are the things you just said? You know. So you're lying.
Liar! That's because my brain can't catch up. They got me. But do you know how to spot a liar within seconds? I'm Georgia Hardstark, host of the true crime podcast, My Favorite Murder. With the help of body language expert Dr. Lillian Glass, and expert interrogator Detective Michele Wood, will help you recognize the tactics of a true con. Michele, I think people are lying all the time. I don't trust anyone, which is a really fun way to live. But we have Lillian here, who literally wrote the book on lying to actually point out what we should be looking for in a liar.
Basically, trust your instincts, because our brain is picking up all kinds of signals. We're picking up the vocal signals, the body language, the facial. So pay attention to what you see and what you feel.
What are some of those specific signals?
If a person is fidgeting a lot, if they touch their nose, if they're scratching, their voice may change. They may crack their voice, or they may suddenly repeat things in their speech, because what's happening is the body is taking over what's called the autonomic nervous system. The blood flow is changing, and all of a sudden they're reacting differently. So just watch for those main movements, and you can tell if someone's lying.
Okay. Michele, you've had to interrogate a lot of bad guys.
Yes.
Do you pick up on these signals automatically, or are you always looking for these tells?
I look for tells, but number one thing that I do look for is when you put someone in custody and you put them in the room and you walk away, when they fall asleep. I'm like, oh, he's guilty, because only the guilty sleep, and that's true.
And that shows that the autonomic nervous system is working. So your body does different things. Sometimes you sleep, sometimes you shake, sometimes your legs move. What people don't realize is that they need to look at people's feet. So people may be sitting there and convincing, especially with sociopaths, a lot of times their feet will move, and that's a huge tell.
What about people who actually I know fidgeting with your clothes, or
Yes.
if you have ADD and you shake your leg all the time, how can you tell the difference between lying and someone's nervous habit?
Context.
Okay.
So if you're just a shaker and you're that's just,
Right.
oh, he's just a shaky guy.
Yeah.
But if he's not shaking, and then you say, so, did you kill so-and-so? No, I did not.
Okay.
He lied.
Are there words or phrases you know to listen for that are often used when someone's lying?
What are the things you just said? You know. So you're lying.
Liar! That's because my brain can't catch up as quickly as what I want to say.
They'll say, you know what I mean? Or they say, I'm telling you the truth. Really, honestly.
When they say, I'm trying to tell you the truth.
I'm trying to
I'm
tell you.
trying to tell you the truth is a true statement, but that precedes a lie.
Right.
In statement analysis, you're looking for equal parts when they explain a story. It should all, if it's detailed, everything has to be detailed. What did you do today? I woke up in the morning, I went to the store, I bought some coffee, I had black coffee, I had a little bit of cream on the side. I wasn't really interested in it, and then I went home, and then he died.
Exactly. And also the fact that he's talking too much.
Right.
That's another huge tell.
Yes.
If somebody goes into real detail, they're guilty of lying.
So over-explaining to kind of take away the focus.
Exactly.
What are some of the things that I should avoid if I want people to believe me?
Well,
I
what
just believed you right now.
You did?
Because you just did this.
Right.
Oh.
When people
that
show
was
you the
good.
palms of their hands, and I only notice this afterwards. I never notice this when I'm actually interviewing someone. I'll look at my interrogation video afterwards, and when someone is telling the truth, they are just more open with their body language. Their hands are out, and they're doing stuff like this. When someone is lying and you see them like this and backing away, that often happens.
Michele, we were talking about polygraph tests, about lie detector tests, and you guys don't think they're really worth it.
I hate them. If I'm taking someone to a lie box, that's what we call it, I'm bringing them there with the hopes that they're going to tell me the truth. I've had people that have failed lie detector tests that were telling the truth.
Right.
This one particular guy I had in custody, he was telling me a story, and he was coming off as being deceptive, and all he was lying about was that he got beat up by someone and didn't want to say exactly what happened. So he was lying about one little thing that had nothing to do with the crime, and he failed the lie detector test.
The lie detector is an old-fashioned instrument. That's why it's not admissible in court.
Right. Michele, is there ever a perp that you met that was an incredible liar?
I think it was early on in my detective career. I had an offender that I actually talked to for 46 and a half hours. And in the beginning, I'm like, this guy totally did it. But then after talking to him for a while, I later realized he was doing the exact same thing that I was doing, and he was mirroring me. He basically got me to start believing him a little bit. And at the end, when he actually gave it up, I kind of felt bad. It was like, I kind of had Stockholm syndrome, where I was like, oh God, You did it? You've been lying to me?
You were almost rooting for him at that point.
I mean, because he told me stories. He told me what he did yesterday. He's like, and these were all true stories, but he was telling them with a purpose. At the end of it, you know, he totally told me what happened. And we were still friendly about it. And he said that I was like the nicest person he ever met. And we waved and we said goodbye. And he's in prison now, so.
And you write letters to each other every day.
No, not that.
Thanks for showing me how to spot a liar, Lillian. Michelle, let's get into this week's Imposters. Okay, there's only one episode left of Imposters this season, which is crazy. It's been such a wild ride. Since we're talking about lying tonight, we should definitely talk about the scene between Ezra and Maddie in the hotel room.
He goes in there and he approaches Maddie with the typical, like, Ezra, like, woe is me, I'm sad. And you can see that she has her guard up when he comes inside the hotel room.
Right.
She's still, like, looking around and, you know, she's always on her guard.
So everything's cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just seem a little, I don't know.
Look, we had sex, we fought, your girlfriend showed up, shit happens.
He gets in there without her even realizing it. He steals the keys, he leaves, he's in the hallway, and he's like, yes.
Yeah,
it's
he's
like,
so
"Karma."
proud. So he manipulates her by just being himself. You know, we think of liars as having this persona and this, you know, fake personality to lie. But really, the best liar is probably just as natural as can be.
Yes. And we're still looking at the good guy, Ezra, morphing into this person that she kind of created because
Right.
she gave him the tools and the skills that he used to dupe her.
I'm such a bad liar that I would just ruin it within moments.
And I actually lie for a living, as you know. When I'm in the room with someone interrogating them, I'm allowed to lie about anything related to me. If I see someone is into something particular, I will go out and Google it for like 3 minutes and come back in.
So almost taking advantage of things that put them at ease, like if someone's into sports, if someone is into, I don't know, cheerleaders, you can just lie and tell them these things to get them to open up.
I'm like, you like cheerleaders?
I love cheerleaders.
I used to be a cheerleader.
No way.
I was actually the head cheerleader.
I love that.
Yeah, and then it goes on and on and on.
Seeing Ezra lie by being himself and being that vulnerable person kind of hit home with me because I feel like that's something I would do.
So would you be able to pull this off? If you had to actually do something like that, would you be able to tap into a little bit of Georgia and walk in and be nice and look at them in the eye and pull off a con like that?
I want to think yes, because it's so badass that he just goes in there and swipes those keys. But if it's someone I like, I don't think I could do it. If it's someone who already manipulated me, like Maddie, hell yeah.